Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism and antagonism and difficult relationships in general. I'm going to be talking about authentic forgiveness today because forgiveness is such a fraught topic in narcissistic relationships. Forgiveness has been at the top of my mind this month because if you're watching this in October 2022, is Forgiveness Month in my healing program. Now, for those of you who want to do the deeper dive in healing, and we do a whole month on forgiveness, please look at the video notes and you can get a link to the healing program to see if that deeper dive works for you. But I've been thinking and reading and researching about forgiveness all month, and so that's given birth to a lot of these videos. So let's talk a little bit about what I mean by authentic forgiveness. When we think about forgiveness, it's a fraught space in these relationships. Most of what we read about forgiveness is that forgiveness is always good. It's great. It heals people. It heals countries. It heals cities. It heals everyone. What if you forgive someone who repeatedly does bad, betraying things to you, and they keep doing bad and betraying things to you? How many times are we expected to forgive? Do we keep taking the punches and falling back on the idea that forgiveness is virtuous? How are we supposed to forgive if there are no consequences for the person who keeps harming us? These are tough questions. And these issues don't come up as much when forgiveness is related to a situation that doesn't involve toxic personality styles. But sometimes people say they forgive, but they don't really. It almost becomes a sort of performative forgiveness. But when forgiveness is not authentic, it can actually do more harm than good. And there may be people around you saying, look at me, I'm a forgiver, why can't you forgive them? But did they actually even really forgive someone? Authentic forgiveness doesn't mean you just forgive. It means you engage in a process that is not mandated or scheduled. It means that you put your healing first and work on feeling whole and safe again. It means you hold space for you and your identity. It may not even look like forgiveness to other people. For example, as part of your process, you may decide to no longer speak to someone because it feels healthier for you, and as a result of that, you start feeling more whole again, healthier again, and find that you are able to let go of some of the resentment. However, others looking at you from the outside in may say, why are you giving them such a hard time? Why are you being so hard-headed? As though you are the problem for disengaging. But this process of setting a boundary and giving yourself space at a certain time, not punitively, but to just heal, could be a part of authentic forgiveness that doesn't look like forgiveness. For some reason, we have allowed the concept of forgiveness in our culture to become conflated with being a punching bag and a doormat. We position forgiveness as a gift for the other, with little regard for what forgiving does to the forgiver. And I got a video coming up on that too. Again, this forgiveness thing is what I've been thinking about a lot this month. Now, authentic forgiveness is about the process and not the destination. It's about working on you, setting boundaries, deciding if you will forgive or not, understanding that you don't ever have to, whether or not you'll even tell the person you forgive them. It's not performative so that you can prance about and tell everyone you forgave when you didn't. It's an honest reckoning on whether you truly believe you can let go of the resentment. I think that a lot of people do over time, especially if they can get distance from the narcissistic person, but sometimes it takes a really long time. I don't view forgiving people as virtuous, and I view false forgivers who have no problem shaming others as actually being quite dangerous. Keep it real. Forgiveness in and of itself is not the goal, but you finding yourself again, giving permission to yourself again, in the midst of repeated betrayals and meannesses and invalidations and cruelty. What you do with that, it's up to you. The authenticity of the process is more about how you work this out for yourself and not doing something that just lets everyone else feel better about the situation. That's what makes it authentic forgiveness. In authentic forgiveness, you may never actually forgive, but you're simply going to allow yourself to let the process unwind and see how you feel as time goes on. Thanks again.